Welcome back, Year 5. Today we'll continue to look at how to write emails. But unlike Monday, where we were focusing on friendly emails, today we're working on formal emails or professional emails. We have two intentions. Number one, properly structure a formal or professional email. And number two, follow basic English conventions such as spelling, grammar, and so forth. So those basic English conventions just are typical: spell properly, capitalize the first letter of a sentence, use punctuation marks, that kind of stuff. First of all, what makes a professional or a formal letter different from a friendly letter? Well, when we talk about professionalism, we're talking about conduct or behavior that's typical of a professional person, like a business person. Think of your parents when they're sending emails to their boss or to other employees. They don't talk like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" It's a much more professional tone. So that's what we're aiming for when we're writing a formal email or a professional email. We're trying to keep it very proper, like the queen would do. So today when we're writing our emails, we need to think, okay, what's the proper way to do this? So here's a sample email. You're going to notice it has a lot in common with the friendly email that we wrote on Monday. We still have to put the address, we still have to have a subject, we still write "dear" in the person's name, we still have a sign off and put our names at the bottom. But what's different is what happens in the middle. So let's read the email. Dear Mrs. Watler, as requested, I am writing to you to update you on the progress of my class with distance learning. In math, the students are doing extremely well with addition and subtraction of decimals. I'm very impressed by their progress, and I think their parents are offering them excellent support. In reading, the students are regularly engaging on RazKids, and they often send me photos of the work assigned on our YouTube channel. They are even writing to one another in the comment section. Finally, in writing, the students have written some fabulous stories and are now working on how to write friendly and professional letters. Sincerely, Ashley Osborne. I can't believe this. Even in my made-up email, instead of writing email, I wrote letters. But you know what I mean. You guys are working on friendly and professional emails. So what was different about this and the friendly letter that we saw on Monday? Well, let's break it down. A professional email follows these 7 steps. Some of them are the same as a friendly letter, and then others are different. So number 1, you write "dear" and the person's name. That's the same as a friendly letter. For number 2, you state your reason for writing the letter. So right after you say "dear so-and-so," you say "I'm writing to you because." That's different from a friendly letter. In the professional letter, your goal is to get right down to business. No time for, "Hey, how are you doing? How was your weekend? I'm great." You skip all of that. So your reason. Then for paragraphs 1, 2, and 3, which are steps 3, 4, and 5, you're writing about your points. Now sometimes you're not going to have 3 points to write about, so you won't need paragraph 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes you'll only have 1 point. Sometimes you'll have 2. Sometimes you'll have 7. It just really depends. But for the purpose of our writing today, we're aiming to have 3 points. Something to keep in mind with these 3 paragraphs that come in the middle of your email is that they don't need to be very long. So I know in class sometimes I'm saying, you guys, you need to elaborate more, you need to give more details. For professional emails, that's not actually true, because people just want you to get to the point. Tell me what you need to tell me and then stop. After you've explained yourself in those paragraphs, you sign off, just like you would with a friendly email, and then you follow that up with your name. Now let's look at that email I wrote again, but this time I'm going to color code it so that we can see if I've included all those parts. Alright, so in the top right hand corner you can see my color coding. In yellow, I'm supposed to have put "dear" and the person's name, and as you can see I did that, "Dear Mrs. Watler." Number 2, the green, I'm supposed to state my reason for writing the letter or the email. And I did. I wrote, "As requested, I am writing to you to update you on the progress of my class with distance learning." So I told her why I'm sending the email. That prepares her to read my points that follow. In the light blue, the darker blue, and the purple, I have my 3 main paragraphs or 3 points. 1 is about math, 2 is about reading, and 3 is about writing. After I've given her that information, I sign off and I write my name. Notice that my paragraphs aren't particularly long. In fact, they're quite short. All I needed to do was say what I needed to say, and that was it. There was no need for extra detail. So now that you have an idea of what a professional email looks like, your independent task is to write one. You are going to write a professional email to me, explaining any successes and challenges you are having with distance learning. I want to know what I can do to make distance learning a better experience for you. So today you're going to be writing me a real email, and I want you to take it seriously. Don't just make up silly things you think I want to hear. Tell me the truth. What has been going really well with your learning at home? What is a problem? If you're having a problem with something, feel free to tell me. Maybe I can help. Maybe I can make things easier for you. Now, in order to complete this task, I put some bullet points on what you might need to do. First, you need to send it to my real email address. You can find my email address on the newsletter that I sent this week to your parents in WhatsApp. You also need to try using your school email to send it. If you have another email address, that's fine, but this week I made a point of sending your parents your email address and login with a little video that shows you how to get into your email address. If you haven't got it yet, you can just send me a message and I'll send it to you. Also, I really want you to make 3 points in your email. You could do 3 successes or 3 challenges, or you could do a combination of both. 1 success and 2 challenges, 2 successes and 1 challenge. It's up to you, but I want 3 points. Finally, you need to proofread to check for your spelling and grammar. You don't want to be sending out a professional email that's full of grammar mistakes. That's just not going to work. I've put the little box with the 7 steps you need to follow on the side. That way you can pause the video here and see exactly what you need to do. Today, instead of sending me a picture of your work, you're actually just going to email me your work. All right, Year 5, that's all for today. Stay safe and I'll see you soon.